The Korean Presbyterian Church of Bayside. Small Group Bible Study. By Reverend David Lee. Lesson number 77. God will ransom my soul. Psalm 49 verses 13 to 20. This is the path of those who have foolish confidence, yet after them people approve of their boasts. Selah. Like sheep they are appointed for Sheol. Death shall be their shepherd, and the upright shall rule over them in the morning. Their form shall be consumed in Sheol, with no place to dwell. But God will ransom my soul from the power of Sheol, for he will receive me. Selah. Be not afraid when a man becomes rich, when the glory of his house increases. For when he dies he will carry nothing away, his glory will not go down after him. For though, while he lives, he counts himself blessed, and though you get praise when you do well for yourself, his soul will go to the generation of his fathers, who will never again see light. Man in his pomp yet without understanding is like the beasts that perish. 1. According to the psalmist, what is the reason we should not be afraid even when we die? What do you think this teaches us? Last week, we saw that those who do not believe in Jesus and act as if this world is everything are foolish and live aimlessly like animals. As mentioned before, their lives will eventually come to an end. And when that time comes, they will have to leave it all behind. Today's passage states that one of the things that will happen to those who do not believe in Jesus is that they will be judged and thrown into hell. However, verse 15 states that those who believe in God will be ransomed from the power of hell. He will ransom us by accepting those who believe in him. This means that he will take us with him or redeem us. On Judgment Day, Jesus will come and take us to heaven. This shows us that Christianity is not only about what happens in this world but always deals with the eschatology of hell or eternal life in heaven. Thus, not only should believers live by faith to accomplish God's will in this world, but also we should always look towards heaven as we live each day. Everything we gain in this world will be left behind. The only thing that will remain forever is the reward we will receive in heaven according to our lives on earth. Verses 16 and 17 state, Be not afraid when a man becomes rich, when the glory of his house increases. For when he dies he will carry nothing away, his glory will not go down after him. This means that we should not fear the glory attributed to non-believers. In other words, we should not doubt God when we see non-believers attain glory or riches in this world. Many Christians question God when they see non-believers lead successful lives in this world. They sometimes think, how could those who live in sin and don't believe in Jesus live so well? I believe in Jesus, but my life is so difficult. But the believers who think this way have such thoughts because they do not know the meaning of true blessings. And I think it is the responsibility of those who teach the word to instill the true values of blessings. When people talk about success, many people who teach the word emphasize the achievements of this world. We should most definitely boast the Lord if we do well in this world, trusting that it is by God's grace. However, it confuses believers when teachers of the word emphasize that success is when we do well only in this world. The richest people in this world are not believers. Even in Korea, the richest person is not a believer. But if we say that wealth and fame define success, it is only natural to wonder how they were blessed. And this kind of mindset would cause even believers to think that those who are less successful have not been blessed. Therefore, believers must obtain the right worldview and values. We must remember that true success is not attaining wealth and fame in this world, but believing in Jesus. Even the success of our children is not based on which university they attend or what kind of career they have. But their success depends on believing in Jesus and living as citizens of heaven. If not, believers will only become confused because in this world, there are so many non-believers who live better than believers. This is why today's text tells us not to be afraid of those who are rich, or else we will start to doubt. But when we think about heaven and hell, our thoughts will immediately change. No matter how successful someone might be in this world, non-believers will ultimately fall into hell. And even if we might lead difficult lives in this world, believers will be taken to heaven by God and lead a blessed life for eternity. This truth is shown in what Jesus said in Luke 16 about Lazarus and the rich man. For some reason, Lazarus, who believed in God, was a beggar. He was probably in that state because he fell ill, for the Bible mentions that dogs licked his wounds. The poor man Lazarus who believed in God represents believers who are struggling in this world. But the rich man whom Lazarus visited daily to beg for scraps was not a believer. I think Lazarus must have had a lot of doubts and questions. He might have thought, I am a believer, but why do I have to lead this kind of life? The rich man who lives in that big house is not a believer, but how come he gets to be rich? Lazarus must have had such thoughts throughout his life. Then one day, both men died. Lazarus died with empty hands, and the rich man also died with empty hands. However, the complete opposite happened after death. The poor man Lazarus entered paradise and rested beside Abraham. But the rich man fell into Hades and was tormented. Now, the rich man begged for a drop of water to cool his tongue. But there is a great chasm between paradise and Hades that makes it impossible to cross between the two. In this account, Abraham, as the father of faith, represents heaven, which can be entered only by faith. Therefore, this teaches us what kind of people are the ones who are truly successful in this world. Even if they might lead difficult lives, those who believe in Jesus are the ones who are truly successful. Thus, if our children believe in Jesus, they are already leading successful lives. And if we believe in Jesus, we are already successful as well. Even if we live one day, we must remember that we will be blessed when we live according to God's will. Whatever we do by faith will be invested in heaven and bear eternal fruit in this world as well. Therefore, beloved church, may we live each day with the right values, for true success is not wealth and fame. True success is living by faith and doing good as we follow God's will. What was your definition of true success? How have your thoughts about success changed through today's message? 2. Let's share what we have learned and determined to do through today's word.